The initial witnesses of this devastating incident mistook it for an earthquake due to the loud sounds and the magnitude of the damage. Some even compared it to watching flowing lava. The fire started at a gas station and quickly spread through the area. In the footage, you can see the flames intensify and then suddenly engulf the entire screen. The fire erupts into a powerful explosion reminiscent of the nuclear bombs dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The dark smoke billowing into the sky resembles mushroom clouds while the fiery tongues reach upward, hungry for more. It becomes evident that containing this fire would require significant efforts from the firefighters. This is one of the scariest fires you will ever see.
Oh my god! Oh dear! Are you filming? Yes, I'm filming! Wow! Wow! I think we are there. Let's go! Let's go down! Let's go! Come on!
If you blinked, you might have missed the sight of a wild mountain lion abruptly crashing through the front of a hair salon. The unexpected and alarming intrusion of the predator caught everyone by surprise.
It was insane. I have never seen anything like that before.
In the middle of the day, a surprising incident occurred when a wild mountain lion crashed through the front of a hair salon. The quick-thinking customer closed the door to stay safe. The mountain lion was later spotted in another area, casually crossing the road and eventually resting near another establishment. Animal control officers were able to safely sedate and remove the mountain lion from a nearby lab. Despite the unusual encounter, the men at the lab seemed more intrigued than frightened by the unexpected visitor.
I went outside, a gentleman from next door said, "Oh, there's a lion on the loose." I said, "Oh, it's just come from into the..."
In this video, a man is seen leaving a Starbucks and being chased by two other men in the parking lot. The reason for their pursuit is unclear, but it appears to be a personal matter. The customer runs back inside the store in an attempt to escape the two men. He quickly heads to the counter and jumps over it, making his way to the back where the baristas are working. The two men follow him to the back of the store, causing commotion and frightening the remaining customers, who quickly scatter and leave the store. In April 2022, a couple in San Bernardino, California captured unsettling footage on their home security camera. The video shows a man who had broken into their house silently navigating their bedroom while they are sleeping. The intruder covers his face with a cloth as he rummages through their belongings. However, he also takes a moment to stare directly at the couple as they lay there, unaware of his presence. The footage provides a chilling glimpse into the invasion of their privacy and the unnerving actions of the intruder. Later, the intruder was captured on another camera in the living room. He casually walks past the couple's sleeping son and his night nurse. Afterward, he unlocks the front door and lets himself out. However, a few minutes later, he returns, now captured by the doorbell camera. The couple's vigilant neighbor had noticed him and alerted them. The woman, still unaware that the intruder had previously broken into their house, follows his advice and locks the door for safety. It is a chilling realization for the couple that the intruder had been in their home just moments before, highlighting the unsettling nature of the incident.
Okay, thanks.
The man had gained access to the house through a partially open window, which had been left that way to cool medical equipment used for their son. The next morning, the couple discovered that their wedding rings and cash were missing. Upon reviewing their security footage, they first saw the unsettling footage of the intruder. Thanks to DNA evidence, the man has since been identified and tracked down by the police. He is currently under investigation for committing similar crimes in other homes that did not have security cameras. In this video, a man enters a Starbucks with a weapon and demands that the baristas give him all the cash. He threatens the customers, instructing them to get on the ground, and orders the baristas to empty their tills into bags. The robber is dressed in all black with a hood and a mask to conceal his identity. A bystander outside the Starbucks witnesses the robbery and calls the police. The baristas fill up the bags with money from their tills and hand them to the robber. However, the bags are not strong enough to hold the weight, causing the money to spill onto the floor. The robber hastily collects the money and transfers it into a more secure garbage bag before leaving the store. By that time, the police are already en route. The police spot the fleeing robber and chase him down, eventually apprehending and arresting him. Fortunately, no one was injured during the robbery. The police commend the customers and baristas for following the robbers' orders, as it likely prevented any harm or loss of life. In February 2013, residents in a neighborhood in northern Oregon reported hearing peculiar noises emanating from the nearby forest. The sounds were described as eerie laughter, which echoed throughout the area, creating an unsettling atmosphere. Intrigued by the mysterious sounds, one resident ventured outside, heading towards the source of the laughter, and decided to record the experience. The origin of the eerie laughter-like noises heard in the forest remains a subject of speculation and uncertainty. While some individuals believe that the sounds could be attributed to foxes or coyotes, others are skeptical, noting that the typical vocalizations of these animals differ significantly and are not as loud as the noises reported by the residents. The exact source of the mysterious laughter-like sounds remain unknown, leaving room for speculation and ongoing mystery surrounding the phenomenon. During a live show on a boat, everything seems to be going smoothly. People are dancing and the light show is dazzling. These displays are meant to impress guests of all ages, creating a lively and vibrant atmosphere. However, amidst the music, commotion, and noise, it is crucial for performers to remain focused on their movements. The deck may be wet, and the costumes can be challenging to navigate, even in the best circumstances. The lesson learned from this incident is that one must stay fully present and attentive during a live performance to avoid any potential mishaps or accidents. In this video, the reporter discusses a rise in residential burglaries connected to a South American theft ring. These criminals are professionals who utilize heavy-duty tools. The footage shows hooded individuals carrying away stolen items from a targeted home. Authorities believe that these thieves first observed the home to determine when it is unoccupied before carrying out their thefts.
Most of the time, the reason why they're going in through there is because people don't install an alarm system on their second.
One of the arrested individuals, who is identified as a Colombian, provides insight into the methods used by the South American theft ring. He demonstrates how some of these criminals break into safes. He also confirms that many customers have been targeted and fallen victim to these crimes.
If a safe hasn't been tested at Underwriter's laboratory and passed the very basic test, don't even consider it.
In the video, a large number of police cars can be seen blocking the turn at Lincoln Boulevard, surrounding the Lincoln Inn Motel. The police have completely boxed in the motel, leaving no escape route for the alleged murderer, who is believed to be hiding inside. The narrator mentions that the police have become concerned about the presence of a murderer at the hotel, and the SWAT team is on their way to the scene. The three thieves captured on Wood Street in Oakland can be seen in the video. One of them, wearing a black hoodie and blue pants, is seen breaking a car window, while the others search through the cars and take whatever they can find. They targeted around 20 cars in this neighborhood alone, leaving behind shattered glass on the ground as evidence of their late-night activities.
It's very frustrated in this area right now.
They didn't limit their criminal activities to the Wood Street area, but also targeted 2 blocks of the neighboring Marina District. In this area, 17 cars had their windows smashed in the same manner as seen on Wood Street. The thieves extended their destructive actions to multiple locations, causing damage and inconvenience to the car owners in those areas. In April of 2020, a boy named Noah embarked on a truck camping adventure in the forests of Sun River, Oregon. After finding what he believed to be a suitable spot, he drove his truck deep into the forest. However, his peaceful night was abruptly interrupted by unfamiliar sounds outside. As Noah listened attentively, he discerned that the sounds were footsteps, indicating the presence of another person. Reacting swiftly, he reached for his nearby GoPro camera and began recording the unfolding events.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is, and there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, so scared right now. He's literally peeking through the door right now.
Noah, trapped inside his truck, helplessly listened as the unknown individual outside knocked on the trunk and attempted to open the door handles. Thankfully, Noah had locked his doors, preventing the intruder from gaining access. After several tense minutes, the footsteps gradually faded away, indicating the departure of the mysterious person. As daylight broke, Noah cautiously made his way back to the road and returned home. It was only in the morning that he discovered handprints on his trunk, particularly on the back window, evidence of someone attempting to peer inside, as well as numerous handprints on the door handles, indicative of an attempted break-in.
Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Well, looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but yeah, that was the result.
The mysterious encounter Noah had in the forest remains unexplained to this day. The absence of any identification or explanation from the person outside, coupled with their lack of a light source, adds to the perplexity of the situation. It appears that Noah never received any further information or updates regarding what occurred outside his truck that night, leaving the incident shrouded in mystery. In the event of a disaster such as a fire, being in an open field with ample space can provide a better chance of escape and safety compared to being in a crowded area with hundreds of people. In an open field, there are fewer obstacles and a greater opportunity to move freely and quickly away from the danger.
We were walking through Adventureland and the lights were off and they were escorting people out. They were making people go around.
We just turned on our phone lights and enjoyed dinner, almost like a candlelight dinner.
A fire broke out at Disney World, causing a power outage and evacuation. Fortunately, no one was hurt, and emergency services were able to handle the situation with the cooperation of the crowd. Tim and his two friends embark on a daring adventure to explore a supposedly haunted house with a dark history of devil worship. After following a trail through the woods, they stumble upon a large abandoned house in the dead of the night. The eerie atmosphere confirms that they have arrived at their destination. With a mix of courage and curiosity, they enter the house through an open door. Inside, they discover a room covered in mysterious symbols and an unsettling odor of decay. Hauntingly, dolls hang from the ceiling by their necks, adding to the unsettling ambiance. Just as they are about to leave, they are startled by an unexpected presence emerging from behind them.
Do you hear that?
As they flee from the house, a disturbing gurgling noise echoes behind them, intensifying their fear and urgency. Whether the noise was part of a planned experience or something unexplained remains a mystery. Only Tim and his friends know the truth, but the intensity of the encounter may leave them too shaken to discuss it in detail. The memory of that chilling moment lingers with them, adding to the enigmatic nature of their haunted exploration. In this unusual incident, a man accompanied by a Staffordshire Terrier enters a gas station store at closing time with the intention to commit theft. The man brandishes a meat cleaver as his weapon and intimidates the clerk, demanding that the bag be filled with cash. Faced with the threat of the meat cleaver, the victim wisely chooses not to resist and cooperates by filling the bag with cash, complying with the demands of the thief.
He will hit me with the meat cleaver knife if I don't do it hurry.
The peculiar group of robbers can be seen making their escape after successfully taking $250 in cash from the cashier, as well as thousands of dollars worth of stolen cigarettes. In 2013, Margaret Woodward, a 68-year-old resident of Long Eaton, England, experienced multiple break-ins at her home. After being advised by the police, she decided to install home security cameras. Despite her efforts, a sixth break-in occurred around 1 a.m., with footage capturing a man quietly wandering around while Margaret was asleep in her living room. In the recorded footage, the unidentified man manages to steal several items from Margaret's home without her knowledge. Margaret only wakes up when the alarm is triggered, prompting her to pursue the intruder with a cane. With the help of the captured footage, the police were able to identify the culprit as 51-year-old Patrick Reed, who was responsible for all 6 break-ins. Patrick Reed was subsequently sentenced to 4 years and 8 months in prison for his crimes. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.